Hi, I am BZ Regan, and I'm doing a quantum porch sitting. It is June 25th, 2020, and what a wonderful world we're in. It is actually truly a magnificent moment to be here and to unfold all of this, bring all of this down, and let all of the new things unfold because they are truly amazing. You can see glimpses of them. You can see whole swaths of them right now, um, even amongst all of the perceived chaos. So I was nudged to play today about how we each must stand the line, and that's a phrase and that means various different things in the linear sense. There's the blue line and standing the line, standing your ground, and drawing the line in the sand, and all those kinds of things. And those are good linear placeholders for this. And really, what I wanted to bring forward is that as all of this comes crashing down, the false construct, and everything gets illuminated, gets unmasked for the truth, the true frequency, the true intention, the true nature, the true flow of what it is. We can be, in this huge rock tumbler, and instead of slowly wearing things away, it's shearing off big chunks, or we may be getting bombarded by new information that we had no idea was going on, and everybody certainly will be doing that very soon here, where just it's beat after beat after beat after beat. Each beat in each second of each part of a moment, new things are coming. And as we get tumbled like that, we are having to make a choice. Do we want to just be tumbled and have what's left of our embodiment here be in the old frequency, stay in the old frequency, stay on the old track? Or do we want to take this moment, because it's a choice that's available to every being? Do we want to take this moment and step into our expansion, the ultimate expansion, our ascension? Do we want to take this moment and have a hyper accelerated, hyper expansive full consciousness unfolding? So a full embodiment of ourselves into ourselves. And that includes all of our multidimensionality coming in, and full recall, complete recall, in embodiment, and in essence becoming that Trinity, which is a whole new being than there was before. And we have to choose that, just like we have to choose freedom, just that we have to wake up to how to navigate that. And it's not something out there or far away, or something to think about, maybe we'll do it. It's here right now. And if we don't want to choose consciously, we make the choice unconsciously by our intentions, by our actions, by our frequency that we carry, and that's set by the predominant thoughts that we're holding and the frequency vibration that they're in. So we are choosing. It's a choosing moment. It's one of the most important choosing moments in our existence. And we're infinite. And we have the opportunity to come to this choosing this particular expansive choosing moment again, but it won't come around for each being in linear time, for quite some time, many multiple millennia. So this is a good time, at least, to choose consciously. And one of the ways, even if you don't really understand a lot of what I just said, you don't know about frequency, or you're not sure about being in a quantum state or multidimensional or any of those kinds of things, and you language things differently, that's fine. This still holds true. You don't, whether you know it or not, understand it or not, or believe it or not, is irrelevant, because we are in a frequential existence, not just what we look around and see, but all that is in all of Source's multiverses. So everything in existence, in all planes, all dimensions, all fields, this is how it is organized through consciousness and love absolute. And so, to get back to the nudge part about we must choose to stand our line, we must choose what that line is, and then we must choose to stand it. So one simple way and a linear way is, what is, thinking of the whole COVID-19 and the whole beer thing that's going on, and the new ramp up, the new pushing by the Illuminati, the deep state, the cabal, however you want to phrase it, name it, it's still the ubiquitous they. They're pushing that again because their stuff isn't working so good for them. I mean, they've got a little chaos here and a little chaos there and a little discomfort here and a little discomfort there, and snow and more people here and not so much there. So they have to keep rapid fire bringing all of these things, and they will continue, and the rapid fire will get more rapid, and that which is fired will get more scattershot and more, to some, perceived intense and painful and scary and deadly. And so it will be part of your experience, your reality, your unfolding in these hyper accelerated moments. So being aware and making that choice is important, because it then will change. It will change your navigation. It's like having a fully intact, sophisticated rudder, instead of like a little piece of string that you're out behind you, and it's just making an infinitesimal change to your directional and current. So one of the ways you do that is you choose for you what is a bridge too far, what is a line that is being set up, that you're being told, as far as your freedom, as far as constriction on you, as far as pushing you into more and more conformity, more and more lockdown, that literally and figuratively. And where will that line be? And what is the largest, most expansive line, the most expansive view that you are capable, that you feel you are, because you're capable of the furthest expansion line. But the way you may hold it in your linear brain, if it's leading the show rather than your heart, you may hold it that, I'm not good at standing up to say no to, like in this state and in many others recently, here it goes tomorrow, the 26th, is implementing that you have to wear a mask everywhere. So that's one of my lines. It's a line because I personally cannot wear a mask, and it's also a line because I personally will not wear a mask for multiple reasons on multiple levels. So where is that for you? Because if you're thinking, well, it's not that big a deal, it could be masks or anything else, but whatever you're thinking about, whatever is right in your face, your acquiescence to it, I'll just kind of go along to get along right now, or we'll see how it folds, or it's going to be interesting how it turns out. You, by doing that, are given tacit agreement that yes, it's absolutely perfectly okay with what is being foisted upon you, and you like it, and you want more, and you're just absolutely fine with living in that frequency landscape that is generated from and perpetuating of, and you're great. So it's more than just thinking, well, I don't know, maybe some people think that once the election comes, this will all go away. You are irrevocably changing your own reality and your own frequency landscape that is available to you because you've chosen that. There is a window that goes a bit longer that you can still choose up right up to the very last moment, but that's not very far off. So it's something to consider. So one of the things in being nudged to do this is what, I think probably it was prompted because tomorrow is the 26th and tomorrow is that new thing. So there are a lot of people around in this state of Washington are scrambling to do things because tomorrow they can't do it because they're going to, have to play along. And that's an interesting, well, at least because they're not going to do, they have to get something done now because they're not going to do it with the mask on tomorrow. So at least that's some awakening point, that's pushing them to the point, but they're hurrying it up to appease something with absolutely no basis in anything. No basis in reality, no basis in fact, no basis in science, no basis in common sense, no basis in, there's a huge post going around Facebook, have compassion, wear a mask. Well, the definition of compassion must have radically changed, in the last couple days. So it's not just masks, it's a whole host of things. And you may need to pick what you think is the furthest line that you can stand on and hold it henceforward. And then keep broadening that. Because that will paint, it will lay the foundation for how your future, your whole being, will move forward from here for a very, very long time. And I don't mean till November 4th. I don't mean for the next 5 years or 10 years or 20 years. I mean a very long time, because you are making a choice for the fullness of your being, the totality and truth of who you are. And it will have set parameters and flow and that which you've chosen to cycle through for a very long time. So there's a saying that Q is off saying, this is not just any 4-year election, and just as trust the plan is more than just a little old plan on some military sheets and some intelligence papers. It's cosmic. It's multidimensional. It is as large as that which encompasses infinity, that which encompasses all that is in all of Source's multiverses. So it's an important thing to choose, to pay attention, and to consciously do that. And the wonder of it, the amazingness of it, when you make that choice, it is well, it changes everything, but holding the line is easier and easier. And holding the line, and you come into alignment with you, and you come into all host of capabilities that you never knew you had before, and you transmit all of that frequency, so you make it easier for others to be able to hold their line, choose what that is, and then hold that line. And when you do that, it is also changing the line for the polarized negative ascension frequencies, and boxing that in and limiting that, and actually, putting it so that that is thwarted. But each being must do it. No one can do it for you. And no one, if you say, well, I'm doing it, and I know a couple other beings who are doing it, and a few over there are doing it, so you're all set, you'll just ride on coattails. That doesn't really work that way, because there's only you. And you are a singularity and a sovereign being, and you choose. So look around, take some moments, play with that, and feel into, are you good with the constriction that you see? Is that henceforward, for a long, long, long time, for you as a being, wants to live in a frequency landscape that is that? So for this, this lifetime, and then when you leave this embodiment and you come where you choose to come to the next one, it has ramifications for that as well. So it's just something to play with, something to put some heart thinking into, and make that choice. You needing to stand the line for you, and you choose it. And then once you choose that, can you look around, and is there a line, is there a way you can expand that and make that bigger? And it will be one of the most momentous, one of the most cosmically delicious, one of the most enlivening things that you will have ever chosen to do in all of your beingness. Simply astonishing. I love you. The hummy does too.